list. Obviously, we talked about Zeb, Dusty, and Marcus, but just a who's who of all-stars when it comes to creativity and uniqueness in snowboarding.
A name on there I like is Fridtjof Tischendorf. Dealing with a bit of a shoulder injury. He's had lots of physios, getting tape on it. We'll see if that affects him in this Knuckle Huck event there, Brando.
So we're getting ready to kick things off here on the Chipotle Snowboard Knuckle Huck. And this is an event that's only a few years old, Craig, but it didn't take long for it to catch on. Everybody loves it. It is must-watch TV, and we're glad you're here with us as we get ready to kick things off with a guy we haven't seen at the X Games in over a decade, Dylan Alito. The last time we saw him, 2013.
Left foot forward, Dylan Alito's natural way of riding. Here he's coming in switch, backside 540. Hanging that thing out, very similar to maybe switch back 5 toward your Bergen. Dylan Alito doing it off a Knuckle, Brando.
Correct. Now dropping in an X Games rookie, 22 years old, Moritz Bull.
That right foot forward natural way he rides. And similar to what we saw in the Open, that layback backflip from Zeb Powell, Moritz kind of does that coffin slide off. You got to take a lot of MPH in the Knuckle if you want to slide on your back and then continue to flip off said Knuckle.
As we take another look, big things happening in the booth right now. Joining us, the host of the X Games, Salema Masekela. Salema, let me be the first to say, welcome back to the booth, my friend.
Yeah, I'm tripping right now that this is my first Knuckle Huck that I've ever experienced. So to get to experience it with you guys in the booth, incredible.
So is that from Taiga Masagawa. Cap 540 hand drag right there.
Yes, Salema, last time you were here, this was not even in its infancy. This was not even an idea. This was just something you did to kind of pass time while you were filming.
Yeah, the last time I was here, this is something that you just did by accident and then it became a thing. This is one of my favorite human beings in snowboarding, like the ambassador of Stoke, Mr. Backpack himself, the fridge, never not smiling.
How about that? Cap 270, dragging the heels on the Knuckle, forcing a backflip out of it. Hey, Salema, that was wild.
Growing up, did you ever think that you'd see forced heel catch into a trick?
No, you know what? It's really funny. Remember Holger Helgeson in the very first one of these events? He dug his toes in and let a front flip out. Fridge right here doing the exact opposite, digging the heels in and letting a backflip out. Usually that means disaster, but not for the backpack man himself.
Of course, winning the inaugural Knuckle Huck 4 years ago. Here now, Haldor Helgeson.
That mustache just taking on snow.
Oh! All the way down there.
That was so dirty. Kids at home, grow a mustache like this and you can snowboard like this.
And also get really good hip flexibility. Look at this. It should be a backside 360. You say, keep going. Halder says no. Oh, he does keep going to backside 3. I thought he was going to go backside 5. My apologies.
You know what Haldor has?
What's that?
The power of the sag.
That's true.
If you sag your pants, you also ride much better.
Waynesville, North Carolina, stand up. Zeb
on the 205! Oh, gosh.
A coffin slide backflip, that's impressive, but that's not good enough for Zeb Powell. He wanted to bring that frontside 180 in there, but 205 centimeters, that's a lot of snowboard.
You know how fast you have to be going on a 205 just to turn, let alone to do what he's doing?
He's driving a double wide right there.
Dusty Hendrickson drops it now for his first attempt.
I'm bummed that he's wearing a shirt. Oh, that was sick. What would you call that? The drift ollie?
The drift ollie?
The pre-ollie?
A little frontside 90 shifty. But what's wild, if you're watching this on TV, Dusty just covered 100 feet, right? He ollie before the takeoff of the big air jump, flies.
The pre-huck.
The pre-huck, in what we call a knuckle.
The pre-huck chuck. I hope he takes his shirt off before it's over. And I only say that because I don't remember the U.S. Open that he decided to ride in his last run in 2019 with no shirt, put himself on the map.
Marcus Cleveland, just a walk in the park for our defending gold medalist in Knuckle Huck. Took silver earlier today in one of the craziest finishes you'll ever see in slopestyle, but take a look at this.
Man's looks asleep. I guess that was like a drifting back rodeo.
I think you could maybe go in the chicane direction, very similar to the triple chicane that got him the gold medal last night in Big Air, but he didn't have a hand drag in it.
Yeah, there's that certain part where he's just like.
We are still losing our minds after one run here in the Chipotle Snowboard. Knuckle, Huck, and Salema so nice enough to be in the booth with us.
Can't believe
so
it.
a couple runs in, how you feeling? This is something you get used to?
Yeah, I can get used to some Knuckle Huck for sure. Thank you for letting me come and hang out with y'all.
Dylan Alito dropping in for his second attempt here.
Very, very nice. Little backside 180 switch tail press, I would call that.
I think for as fun as this event is, you know, and the amount of control that it takes, like it's play, but like once you get on your nose at that kind of a speed, like danger.
Full commitment right
Oh
there.
my. And all of 6'3" Moritz Boll makes his way down to the bottom.
Now, gentlemen, we saw that comp format bounce down there just a moment ago. Different from many other events here at the X Games, this is an overall jam session, so all 5 of your runs, all 6 of your runs, how many you get, those are all judged together, right? It's not just your single knuckle hit, which means a lot of unique tricks, a lot of variety.
Taiga. So in Hasegawa's first Knuckle Huck, a couple of clean runs. Take another look.
Cab 180 switch backside, or cab 180 backside 540, pardon me, off the knuckle right there. Taiga likes it. What have you liked so far, Slim?
You know, I was late to the party. I didn't see the first 2 runs, but I like Taiga's style. I like what Zeb intends to do. I hope he makes it. And obviously Marcus Cleveland so far. Oh! I do want that though. I do want that for Fridge. Just the idea of intentionally catching a heel edge at full speed is thoroughly haunting.
So here's Haldor Helgeson. He's got 1 X Games medal, gold, from his very first year in Big Air, back in 2010.
And that was the trick that we talked about off the top. Would we see Haldor Helgeson do that? Some of you were mentioning catching your edge at that speed. Normally spells disaster, but if you need to, watch him dig the toes in. Yep.
So much style. Again, I think it's the mustache.
It's the mustache and being a father, right?
Zeb Powell is certainly a favorite here in Knuckle Huck. Let's hear more from him in this Chipotle athlete profile.
My name is Zeb Powell and I live in Burlington, Vermont. I grew up in Waynesville, North Carolina, about 25 minutes away from the city of Asheville. I'd say what gets me most excited in Aspen is probably like the fans, because they're the ones that bring the energy, you know? They kind of make it what it is. If I was to choose Goofy or regular, I'd have to choose Goofy, because the first person to be seen riding with their right foot forward was Goofy from Looney Tunes on a surfboard. It's just doper. We got Goofy.
Oh my good work!
I have not been working on any new tricks really. I feel like my best tricks come when I'm not thinking about them at all, actually. Some of the best stuff I've done, I really just do it like about 2 seconds before I take off from the jump or the knuckle. There's no really rhythm to the rhyme, it's just truly do just let it fly. I think that's something fun to watch out for when you watch X Games this year.
Super not normal. Not on the 205 for this run, though.
Electing to go a little more standard size. Here's Zeb Powell on run number 2.
Oh! Okay. Yo, he makes that. I'm actually gonna leave the booth because he sent that literally into the parking lot.
Which, I mean, if anybody can land that flat, I think it's Zach
It'd
Powell.
be something to witness human flight here today, wouldn't it? You're now Dusty Henriksen.
Very steezy. We saw him on the last run, just massive ollie all the way down there. Ollie's a little bit earlier, touches the knuckle. A little touch and go situation, you know, a little bump and run.
The touch and go.
The sleeves get shorter with each contest that he's in here today. Now Marcus Cleveland.
Ooh, that was filthy. Absolutely filthy. The length of time, the drift on the nose butter before going backside. Look at that.
What's wild is the balance that he possesses. Like at any moment, that nose slips out by. But he stays on, he holds on, and then he spins out of it is absolutely ridiculous. I'm kind of liking Marcus Cleveland thus far.
Yeah, me too. Was that back 5 or 7?
I think it was back 1, cab 5 out, but we'll take another look when we get back.
More from X Games, more from Chipotle Snowboard Knuckle Huck when we return.
Ski knuckle huck. I mean, the last thing this old body wants to hit is a knuckle. There's a jump there. You're supposed to use the jump. But they out here, they're doing it. Doing nose, butter, dubs. Sounds like a genre of hip hop that I'm not familiar with. But all right, I'm here for it. You look like you're having fun. All in the name of progression.
Please remain on the line as we value your call. Please remain on the line as we value your call.
Go anywhere, do anything in the wildly capable, electrified Jeep Grand Cherokee and Jeep Wrangler 4xe.
During the Jeep Start Something New sales event, well-qualified lessees can lease the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee for $399 a month. Visit Jeep.com for new inventory available near you.
Dropping in 3, 2,
Welcome back to X Games Aspen 2023. We're a couple runs in here in our Chipotle Snowboard Knuckle Huck. And if you like what you see on that screen, let's check us out on the tablet or on the phone as well. Twitch.tv/XGames. Fans here losing their minds.
Do we have the most rabid fans in all of sports?
No question. Salema Masekela, who's joining us here in the booth. Yeah, and there's been something special. There's been something palpable in the air. I'm sure you can allude to this after being gone for a decade plus, just how special it is out here in Aspen this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the fact that kids come here and they feel like they're at the best party in the world. Like they're fired up. They're standing in line for events and waiting for hours before the event starts, trying to have the best spot. You see the way. I mean, what other sport do you get to? What place do you get to interact with your favorite athlete like that?
Especially after Dylan Alito does something like that, right? Little nollie rodeo 7 off the front foot right into the crowd. It was absolutely lovely.
Out of Golden, Colorado, he's got a silver from Street back in 2013. But here now, Maritz Boll.
You like the dance? I like the pre-dance floor.
I was just going to say, a little fancy footwork there.
We moving now as we hit the 12-minute mark here in the Chipotle Snowboard Knuckle Huck. Taiga Asagawa's run number 3.
Wow. You know what that, I mean, air awareness. We talked about what you need to land a trick. I mean, the idea that you don't get lost in the air, that was the definition of air awareness. You saw Taiga being like, okay, I don't know where I'm at. I know where I'm at. Readjust. Boom, land.
Fridge. Again, won this event in its inaugural entry in 2019.
There it is. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's a land. But you talk about air awareness, you saw with Taiga. Fridjof has a very similar air awareness in terms of like, he's going way too big, and somehow he's still alive after, you know what I'm saying?
He just loved the drift. Look at this.
Now, folks at home, young snowboarders, when you're watching these replays, really look at how they initiate pop, right? Like you see Fridjof rocking off to the front foot and then popping off. Marcus Cleveland is a really good one of that, where he loads up his snowboard and then uses it almost like a trampoline. That's how you do these knuckle huck tricks.
So here now, Haldor Helgeson.
That's so cool.
He just got higher after takeoff.
Human wing.
Look at this.
Cap 540 in its entirety does, you know, a full 90 on the takeoff, and then drags both hands right there.
Solid trick right there. It looks so cool in the super mode where it looks like a meditation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh boy.
The props
this
are
is
coming
what we
out.
came for. Let's go, Zebulon. North Carolina, stand up. Your boy's bringing in human props. I don't know if he even...
I don't think he touched it.
I don't even think they made board contact.
What we almost witnessed was human decapitation, okay? I think, from my eye, it looked like Zeb wanted to do kind of like a rippy flip and touch his helmet on the nose of the snowboard.
This was step up. Look at this. Never touches. Wow. I think it makes it even more impressive.
But Slim, I love that feature. He's like, I do my best riding when I'm not thinking.
He has an intention, and he literally like says, right when he's about to take off, if something else comes into his head, he just goes with that.
Dusty Henriksen, run number 3.
What I love about like Dusty is, especially when you watch the clips on IG, he always looks like he's asleep in the air.
Absolutely.
Most quiet style.
Marcus Cleveland. We don't keep standings throughout the contest, but methinks he'd be near the top at this point.
Yeah, I think he's our leader.
Oh, wow. That looked like a fakey double cork 9, double cork 7 there. Be interesting to get another look at that if we have a second. But, I mean, that's what we love about Knuckle Huck. It's such a torn pace, right?
So here's Dylan Alito's 4th attempt.
Can't believe Dylan's 32 years old. I remember he was 22 yesterday. Not riding like it, though.
No, not riding like it at all.
Here's
a look
Marcus's previous run.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcus's previous run there, that kind of double cork 720. I really want to see him go for that one again.
Now the X Games rookie, Moritz Boll, as we hit the 8-minute mark, the Chipotle Snowboard Knuckle Huck.
I think tall guys have an advantage with good style. Like, they just look cooler when they're floating around in the air.
Facts. Tall guys with good style on a snowboard looks really good, and then I will play the devil's advocate. Sometimes you don't get away with it, right?
Yeah, you
Sometimes
can't
if you're
hide.
super lanky, yeah.
But Moritz, he doesn't have to worry about that because his style is extra nice.
Taiga Hasegawa. Whoa.
Yeah, that was burly.
That was. It's a little game of chicken, right? You have to go as big as you possibly can, but if you go too big, you land flat, right? So there's just, you know, a board length or two of where you can go all the way down the landing and still ride away. Taiga finds it right there.
What's in the pack? What's in the pack?
Bridge never telling us what's in his backpack that he rides with.
Wow. I thought for sure on the landing he was catching toe destruction. Oh.
Similar to Marcus Cleveland's trick where he does that pre-butter and only keeps 50% of his snowboard down. Take a look at it here. Backside 180, almost goes to 270, then digs the toes in.
Superman! And then watch this. Imagine if he just comes over the front a little bit more. Ooh.
That is how you fall into flight. Haldor, what's he got for run number 4?
Oh! What? You know, that was insane!
Looking like a frontside Miller flip 720. Didn't really get the grab, but I ain't blaming him because he goes.
Look how far down he lands.
Who needs a grab? Who needs a grab when you just landed in basalt?
All right, Zeb Powell, what does he have for an encore here?
Come on, young Zebulon. It's your time. I'm highly biased for you. I love how the crowd is hanging up. They just want him. You heard that collective groan. That's my guy.
There are a handful of athletes out here at X that have that power over the crowd, and Zeb is absolutely one of them.
Yeah, when he makes one, which he'll get another chance.
So here's Dusty. That was crazy.
We're gonna need Craig to tell us what it was, but it was sick.
Dusty kind of coming in regular, so he goes like backside 180 into, you know, kind of maybe like a switch backside rodeo. Tough to really see where he comes out of it.
We're not going to argue.
Sure, Craig.
Oh, the internet will tell me. Don't worry.
Comment section.
But that's also the great
section undefeated.
That's what's the great thing about Knuckle Huck is literally like new snowboarding happened.
Right.
Absolutely. Yes. Oh!
He don't miss. Marcus Cleveland, 4
Is this,
for 4.
This is overall impression?
Overall impression, absolutely. So
Yeah, Marcus, polish up the metal. Polish up the metal for the kid.
Yep, that's a double cork cap 720.
I like the casual, like hands behind the back, like la 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 la. How's it pop? That's my favorite part, the swag.
Absolutely.
The hand behind the back, intentional touch.
So incredible.
Judges, look at my swagoo.
And Marcus Cleveland giving the people what they want here at the Chipotle Snowboard Knuckle Huck.
Especially after that, what I think was one of the more historic slopestyle events ever. You got to think, Mark McMorris, he's grown up envying this dude, right? Like, just like, oh, please, I want to snowboard like you, but also I'd like to beat you. And then Mark, your brother, doing those things beyond clutch. That was one for the ages.
Yeah, there's only so many times you think someone can win and come from behind fashion, and yet Mark McMorris has done it so many different ways.
And Craig, since the event's over, you're allowed to gush about your brother now. Like your journalistic integrity is fine.
Thank you. Well, I think what I've loved most about this is you watch Marcus Cleveland absolutely destroy that big air final. Like, you know, you talk about athletes peaking. You saw Marcus Cleveland peak in big air, and then you see Mark McMorris peak in slopestyle. So, I mean, it's a very special thing when you watch the best in the world be at their absolute best, right?
Truly. Truly, truly.
Marine's ball maybe saving his best for potentially last year. Take another look.
So that's a backside 1080 rotation, no jump required.
Tyga with the knuck method. I like a knuck method.
I do love a knuck method, and I love that almost double clutch, right? Kicks out the method, brings it back for balance. You talked about his air awareness there. Oh, am I going too much? No. I always compare like a method to a dirt bike whip, right? That's the thing that you absolutely love to see. It always looks good. And when you hear a panic rev, I always call that a double clutch on the method.
I'm sure Danny Davis is clapping at home for that one.
That was switch too.
For sure. Was that switch?
Yeah.
So
here's Fridge. We're under the 2-minute warning here.
I just know that all spring I'm just going to be riding around local mountains and seeing kids intentionally trying to catch their hillside edge. with way different outcomes.
The beauty of this contest, though, is that we are able to bring in riders that you would otherwise never see at X Games or at a contest period.
Yeah, and I honestly do think that this event probably influences daily riding maybe more than any other event at X Games.
No question. Haldor! How do you do?
Double tang dog from the Icelandic legend right there. But to your point, Slemma, I could not agree more. I live in Whistler, ride Whistler all the time. What you see, the part shape, is influenced by this, right? Yeah. You see knuckles, you see transitions everywhere simply because, you know, everybody's favorite riders are riding in this event.
And that's the beauty of snowboarding. I mean, the creativity aspect and that freedom. So I think sometimes in slopestyle and superpipe, it's easy to, 205 is out with
Stop what you're doing.
15 seconds to go. I'm just going to shut up.
Put your eyes on the screen.
But nonetheless, deep bravos for Zeb Powell on the power board. I mean, just to take a simple regular run on a 205 is haunting.
Yeah, Salema, can you talk about this board that he's essentially developing with Burton right now?
Well, it's basically an extension of his regular board, where they literally had to figure out how to give it the stiffness and pop in the tail as well as the nose to have it perform this way. So he took his board and just drew it out and said, put the same things in the tip and tail that's in my 154.
Unreal. Dusty Hendrickson, 5th run. He's had a sneaky good contest here at Knuckle Huck so far today.
Oh my! What? Oh my God!
Oh. I don't know what's scarier, being the rider or being the human prop.
Being the dude on the bottom. What are you talking?
Look at this.
Oh, slow it down all the way.
He didn't flinch, by the way.
I would have rolled right out the way. That was probably supposed to be a high five, maybe?
I think so, and that was younger brother too down there.
Sheesh.
That was
I don't
Billy.
trust my brother that much.
So we
Nope.
cap off Chipotle Knuckle Huck with Marcus Cleveland.
Your winner. We cap it off with your winner. I'm telling you right now, that's his second goal of the weekend.
Am I taking crazy pills? This looks just like Big Air last night.
Well, I mean, he initiates the rotation the exact same way we saw him kind of do that 1980, 5.5 full times around. He did have a big jump. Here, however, he doesn't have a jump.
What are you talking, man?
That was
The
so
landing,
silly.
there was no question.
Off the button.
That's a 1440.
Yeah, just nose butter 14. I see those every day. See them every day.
That was absolutely ridiculous, Marcus Cleveland.
Congratulations.
This is where our riders all come together, and yeah, no doubt about it. Marcus Cleveland defends his gold in the Chipotle Snowboard Knuckle Huck.
It's the modesty for me. Like, how can you be so chill and modest after you just flex so hard on everyone? Like, just like, yeah, I guess I did that.
Let's play the hits to see how we got here. Take another look.
Overall impression was this event. Marcus Cleveland nailed every single run, Brando.
Well, let's head down to DC, who is with our gold medalist, Marcus Cleveland.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Gonna swim through this crowd of amazing individuals down here. Marcus Cleveland, what a way to wrap up your week here in Aspen for X Games 2023, man. Gold medal in big air, silver medal in slopestyle, and now a gold in Knuckle Huck, an event that you helped inspire with your creative style of riding. Can you just put into words how much fun you're having out here tonight, this weekend, and what snowboarding means to you, my friend?
This whole week has been a lot of fun. Not right now, my body is super tired, been through a lot. But yeah, coming out on top today feels amazing. And also with the slopestyle, it's been a long day, and thank you all for coming out. This has been a blast.
Wow, well, thank you for everything you do. Anything you want to say to all the beautiful fans tuning in that are always here to support you?
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. This X Games has been one of the best X Games ever, so thank you all.
Thank you, and congratulations.
I hope Marcus brought an extra carry-on bag for his 2 golds won here this weekend. What a performance.
What a performance, and also, like, this is a man whose knee was non-existent 2 years ago. If you look at that x-ray, that shot of that right knee, from when he cracked that thing open, come back to ride like this, inspiration beyond.
What a performance from our entire field. Congratulations to Marcus Cleveland. Thank you to Salema for coming back in the booth and making a couple guys' dreams come true. But congratulations again to Marcus Cleveland winning Knuckle Huck.
Homie, let's chat.
Let's talk. What are we talking about?
Under the lights, baby. Snowboard, big air. You gotta bring your bag of tricks for this one.
Absolutely. One of my favorite formats. You gotta spin once to the left, once to the right. So you need to land 2 jumps. When I look at the field, there are a lot of riders who can land 2 absolute hammers. And watching practice, Brando, this jump is big, and this jump could get quadded on.
Yeah. Ooh, the Q word?
Absolutely. Already, Takaru Atsuka has put down a frontside quadruple cork, so nothing is impossible.
How about on the ladies' side? Because this is as talented a field we've seen in women's big air, maybe ever.
Yep. You can't ignore the Kiwi, Zoe Sadowski-Sinnott. Yep. She is an absolute medal threat in any event she's ever in. It could be ice hockey, and I still think she'd win, because that's all she does. And then what about Leila Iwabuchi? Maybe dropping a triple on the women's side, the first that we'd ever see at X Games.
We know she's got it. Let's find out.
I like to say when I come to Aspen Snowmass, get out to the base of Buttermilk. When you look good, you feel good, and you ski and board really good. And the looking good, it comes in place when you stop by and visit Sky at Relic. We are literally at the base of Buttermilk here. I can see the super pipe, the big air ramp is here. How'd you secure this? You got the best seat in the house right here.
Yeah, we did that purposely. We wanted to create a VIP experience for the general admission audience here. That's what we're doing, right? We're bringing luxury to the everyday guy, so that's what we're doing with our space.
You've really locked in and zoned in as like this home base spot for Relic here, and I think that kind of parallels what you're doing by setting up a home base here in Aspen as well too, and I think that's such a great vibe to have.
It's a space where people can come in, warm up, get free drinks, and shop this exclusive collection that we are literally only selling here at Xgames. So yeah, it's a good spot, and like you said, location can't be
Location, location,
yeah.
location.
And with every purchase, you're automatically entered to win a board. And yeah, it doesn't take much to get in. You scan our QR code, follow us on Instagram, and come in, rub shoulders with some athletes that'll be hanging out in here, and talk to us and warm up. And
listen, keyword right there, warm up. Whenever I got a break on set over there out in the cold, I'm coming right here to you. You know, they say life is not black and white, but when it comes to Relic, it kind of is, and I'm not mad at it at all. Scott, thanks for joining us here. More black, a little touch of white, yeah, but we like to see the vibes and the energy. Congrats on the launch upcoming, and thanks for hanging out with us here at X Games.